Oh, goddamn it. Hold on.
Plot twist.
Plot twist, the camera still doesn't work. This crew is getting reamed like you would not believe later. Holy shit. Alrighty. We'll fix it later. Ladies and gentlemen, you have seen the rest. Now get ready for the best. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Overdrive Pride. And after what you just saw in Glory, you can make of that what you will. It is time to see some damn good shit. And we got one hell of a show lined up for you for the inaugural Overdrive Pride. Of course, starting out, we have two workhorses of their respective companies as the Celtic Warrior. Sheamus, who has a history of putting down smaller competition, will go up against the seemingly undead one, Darby Allin, looking for a spot in the United States Championship ladder match at WrestleMayhem. But then after that, we have a women's match where Rhea Ripley will go up against Ruby Soho. The winner will face Bayley for the Prideful Women's Championship. And then after that, a matchup of just pure athleticism. Two of the greatest people ever to be known in WWE's mid-card as the gold standard. Shelton Benjamin will go up against the king of parkour, Johnny Overdrive, in another United States Championship qualifying match. And then we go to a proper tag team match as the Street Profits want the smoke as they battle the Lucha Brothers. The winners looking to go face RK Bro at WrestleMayhem. And then in our semi-main event, the final United States qualifying match tonight as Malachi Black of the House of Black will go up against one of the toughest SOBs in the wrestling sphere right now as he will face off against Ilja Dragunov, looking for that final slot in the United States Championship ladder match. And then in our main event, it stole the show last week, will steal the show this week, as this week 4 men will compete for the pride and joy of the galaxy as Kenneth Omega, Hiroshi Tanahashi, Gunther, and Will Ospreay, who recently dropped Kenny Omega on top of his head, will compete for the second and final slot in the Galactic Championship match at WrestleMayhem. I am looking forward to this main event. This is a star-studded affair. Somebody might actually die in this match. I mean, I don't know. The words can't describe how excited I am for this card. I know that you're gonna have some pretty damning opinions, but what are your opinions on this card tonight, Eli?
You know, me being the better man that I am, I don't have to say that my brand is better. We show that our brand is better. So, seeing your cards, pretty good. I definitely think we had the stronger card, but your card's not bad at all. Your main event's very strong. A lot of talented guys in your main event. Super excited to see it. I definitely expect to be fully sports entertained tonight.
I thought I told you we don't use those words here. We use entertained because we are a normal wrestling company. But you know what? You are right. It is going to be an absolutely entertaining night. And I can't think of a better way to start the show. And once again, between two workhorses of their respective companies. And despite Darby Allin's size, I am expecting another really hard-hitting matchup as we open up the orange brand in glorious fashion. Why did I just use that? Fuck. You know what? I quit. I used the wrong adjective. I quit. I'm done.
Yeah. You will be opening up their prideful band in glorious fashion because you know
I
what's
am not.
better.
I am not proud of my use of adjective there. But you know who I am proud of? I'm proud of this guy. It is absolutely fight night, and you know what? It's been a while since this man has had. Well, he had a shot at the IC title, but it's been a while since this man has had an opportunity at the world title. Yet, despite that, he continues to redefine himself and find himself wrestling in a lot of premium live events and wrestling on TV on what seems to be a near weekly basis. I mean, Sheamus just has a body of work that goes so deep, and it's just amazing that even after over a decade, he is still going strong.
Absolutely. I as a guy who watched WWE ECW form and watch guys like Kofi,
Gross.
Nitro, Miz, Sheamus really get their stuff and progress. I'm so proud and happy for all of them, and I expect really great things for Sheamus, continuing in the other universe and here, in Overdrive.
And of course, Darby coming out with one of his boards. Of course, that was no money off of our back, so we said, of course you can keep it. Not sure why he's not riding it to the ring, but Darby, he's taken on giants before. I mean, what do you think are his odds in this match? What do you think he's going to have to do to take down the beast that is the Celtic Warrior?
Absolutely destroy himself. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
I mean, that's what he does on almost a nightly basis. So maybe he'll do that again here. I wish we could afford his awesome Titantron video, but again, money.
Rooster Teeth asked for too much. Honestly, I wasn't with that.
And
not from a dead brain.
And I mean, Rooster Teeth fell off years ago, if you ask me. And oh my goodness, Darby immediately with a suplex to Sheamus and going off the top rope. And Darby now off to a very hot start, but Sheamus says enough of that shit. Just stomp right to the chest. Oh, uh-oh. This is that physical dominance that we are talking about. Celtic Warrior. He's the bigger man, and he knows it, but Darby's not going to let him gloat about it. And Darby now back and trying to control the pace of his match with several kicks to Sheamus. Let's see what he does here. And kick to the leg, and maybe that'll be Darby's strategy here. Sheamus is a big tree, and Darby's probably trying to chop him down.
Definitely the move here. Obviously, Sheamus has the height, size, and strength advantage.
And a stomp in the face.
Darby has to continue to
drop kick.
Show himself off.
And my camera once again shitting the bed. Oh my goodness! I don't even know what to say at this point. I'm doing everything I can, but anyways, Darby still in control of this match, just absolutely wearing down the Celtic Warrior. Not sure if Sheamus was expecting Darby to be going this hard this early on.
I definitely don't think he was, which was a mistake on Sheamus' part, but Sheamus is well known for adapting quickly to new situations. As you can tell, he immediately ragdolls Darby Allin. I don't expect Darby to just completely run away with this match from this point forward, as Sheamus, takes advantage of the fact that he is a stronger guy. Irish whip here. Ooh, what a kitchen sink maneuver.
I mean, Darby absolutely is a fearless man, and of course is currently under the tutelage of one of the greatest wrestlers to ever exist, that being one Sting.
And of course, Sting has honestly proven in his later years that he deserved a solid run somewhere. Obviously, he got that in TNA/Impact, but I definitely think a better WWE run than him getting injured by Seth Rollins and getting buried by Triple H at WrestleMania to truly put WCW to rest. Wasn't the way to go about it.
No. I mean, I think everybody. Oh my God, a sunset flip by Darby. But I think everybody can agree the way Sting was treated in an alternate universe in WWE was not the way that really anybody should have treated him. And oh my goodness, was that the coffin drop? I think it was. Darby, could he get an upset right here? No, he won't. The veteran instinct of Sheamus, but Darby has pretty much been in the driver's seat this entire time. An impressive performance by the young man.
Definitely not. Sure. I was expecting Sheamus to kind of ragdoll Darby, and then maybe Darby gets a sequence in and sneaks a win, or Sheamus gets a dominant victory. But we are seeing the opposite here, and I am pleasantly surprised by it.
And of course, these two curtain jerking the inaugural match here at the OCW Theater at an undisclosed location. OCW Universe already getting a great match to open up Pride, and Darby looking to plant Sheamus on his face, but Sheamus battling back. And could this be the control? Sheamus just looking for a power bomb on the floor. And referee also at the count of 4. Sheamus is going to look to throw him back in. Yes, he will. Of course, Sheamus probably wanting to finish this in the ring. And wait a minute. Is he going for a high-risk maneuver? Yes, he is. Oh, my goodness. I think using that elbow. Oh, no, shoulder. You're right. Now Sheamus, what's he trying to do? It's wiggling his ass.
He's trying to definitely make Darby tap here. Counter by Darby.
Darby able to fight out of it. And now what's he going to go for here? Oh, to the side of the head. Kick by Darby Allin. And Darby showboating. And Sheamus is not having it. That was a bro kick.
Okay.
Did he get too cocky? 1, 2, feet on the ropes. But Darby kicks out.
Definitely thought that was it. I thought Darby Allin was about to pay for his mistakes there, but he did not. Good for him in that case. Sheamus definitely, I was 100% here, had the match and won.
And a quick body slam by Sheamus. Of course, Sheamus showing why you can't taunt your opponent in the middle of a match, because your opponent could very easily turn the tables on you, and Darby almost cost himself a place in WrestleMayhem with that, and now looking to work over the hand of Sheamus. And now punches to the face. Crowd counting along, of course. That's one of Sheamus's big things, is putting you on the outside and then just absolutely hammering you with punches and a kick to the side of the face. And Darby taking control of this match. Once again, a drop kick to Sheamus's knee. And could he be looking for the coffin drop again? Oh, with the senton.
Second coffin drop here. But yeah, the turn of events in this match have been flipping floppy for crazy. Oh
and
my God,
it. That's it. With the senton / coffin drop, whatever the hell you want to call it. And Darby Allin with what I deem to be an upset victory over Sheamus here. A great match. Not necessarily a dominant victory, but in some aspects, it kind of was. Darby seemingly in control for almost the entirety of that match. Now, Sheamus, of course, taking advantage where he could, but Darby Allin just absolutely showing the universe that he is ready to carry that U.S. title on his back, but there are still 2 other men that need to qualify, but a great opener for the first ever match here on Overdrive Pride. I am very proud of these 2 men, but I am especially proud of Darby and the fight and the heart and the soul and the everything that he showed tonight.
No, I definitely can't be mad at you for that. I was not expecting your opener to be as good as this was. Darby Allin proving that he deserves to be in the big leagues here for sure. Honestly, going into your U.S. title match, I definitely think he's not going to win right now. What an unbelievable showing by taking out the Celtic Warrior and Sheamus. I was expecting the complete opposite, honestly. This is a match coming up next I'm very excited about, because I'm a huge Ruby Soho fan. And I love Rhea Ripley. I've followed her career very closely since she made her debut at the Mae Young Classic. I don't know who I want to win this match.
I mean, quite honestly, this is such an interesting matchup to me, because Rhea, of course, absolutely taking the reins, becoming just a dominant force and champion on NXT. Ruby, meanwhile, while always an insanely talented person, she had to run away from WWE. She had to find herself in a different company, but even then, she still, despite getting close on a couple of occasions, has not won the big one. Meanwhile, Mommy here has again taken the reins and currently stands as one of the women's champions in an alternate universe. I mean, I'm going to expect, obviously, brutality by Ripley, but who knows? Maybe the Runaway can pull a victory out of her hat here. I wouldn't put it past her. Of course, Ruby being one of the first major defects, or not, I'm not sure if that's the right word, but obviously...
Defect works because you can defect from something, so yeah. It sounds weird saying that, but yeah, no, you're fine. Definitely. A little English lessons to do around here. No, for sure. Ruby, as the Runaway, her destination for a very long time was unknown until she made her first appearance in AEW, and her new destination is also now known, and that is Overdrive Pride. I expect big things from Ruby, regardless of whether she wins this match. But I definitely have to say, even though I don't know who I want to win for sure, that I gotta be pulling for it.
But
like Rhea is a Grand Slam champion, and so she doesn't necessarily need this match right now.
But could Ruby's destination, now that she's in OCW, could that destination be against Bayley? Only time in a 3 count will tell. And for whatever reason, coming out to Liv's Titantron. But hey, Liv Morgan's pretty dope, so you know what? I don't have a problem with it.
I mean, they are very, very good friends.
That is true, of course, them being part of the Riot Squad together with Sarah Logan. And honestly, when you think back to that, which Rumble was it? They get back to the 2022 Rumble, where they had what seemingly was their final reunion before Ruby ended up departing for AEW, and of course Sarah Logan, ended up having a child. But congratulations to her once again. And here we go. This match is underway, and Rhea, looks like a delayed suplex, but Ruby getting right back up. Despite the rush to her head, and now she's getting physical with kicks and just throwing Rhea over her shoulder. But Rhea with a kick to the back of the neck. Now looking to take control. What do you think is going to be the key for Ruby in this match? Do you think that she needs to match Rhea in terms of physicality, or do you think that she needs to take a bit of a smarter approach to it?
I definitely think Rhea should just continue to play her game, and I think that her game at this point in her career is just matching the intensity with her opponent.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever that leads up to being, whether she absolutely tries to dominate Ruby or she kind of plays to her pace and then explodes where she needs to, we'll have to see.
And there was a cover by Rhea, of course, only to a count of 1. But we are off to the races here in this prideful women's qualifier match, and Rhea seemingly taking over and just, wait a minute. Ruby now getting her backed up into the corner, going to take advantage, trying to, punches to her back in the back of the head. I believe that's 4, going for 5th, but Rhea's had enough. But she misses the drop kick. Ruby now, kick to the back of the neck. She goes for the cover here. And she gets a 2 count, but Rhea battling out of it. Now, of course, Ruby now in AEW is part of the Outcast, I believe. Of course, that group.
Yes.
She's hoping to find
Tony
success
Storm
with that.
Why am I Paige? Sayer. I was like, why am I blanking on the other member? Yeah. But Sayer Knight and Tony Storm, she has formed the Outcast, and they've been running roughshod over the women's division over there in AEW. So, thankfully for Rhea, neither of those women are on our roster. No, wait, Tony's in Pride, right?
I feel ashamed that I don't know my own roster. But meanwhile, here's the cover. There's a 2 count, and Rhea kicks out. But regardless, neither of those two are going to be a factor in this match. This is just a straight-up one-on-one. Ruby does not have the support of the Outcast right now, but she is pulling out all the stops here, and another 2 count on Rhea. And as we mentioned earlier, Ruby, with a drop kick to the back of the head. Ruby's absolutely brought the fight to Rhea Ripley tonight. She is absolutely showing that she not only wants but deserves that shot against Bayley, at Mayhem, but Rhea now a cover, and Ruby grabs the ropes. These referees are absolutely blind. They don't see it.
I told you, man. These Fiverr guys, and yet again, another wrestler is screwed over thanks to the incompetency of the referees.
And Ruby Soho, despite physically, bringing it to Rhea, not able to escape referee, not seeing the hands on the ropes. And so first it's Solo, and now it's Ruby getting robbed of their place on the grandest stage of them all, the virtual landscape, WrestleMayhem. And Rhea obviously looking on with confidence, but I feel like she has to be a little bit frustrated with herself after that match, because she wasn't able to dominate Ruby like she has been able to dominate people like Natalya. She wasn't able to definitively put her away. Obviously, she's probably very happy for the opportunity, but perhaps not satisfied with how the match ended. Have to feel a little sorry for Ruby Soho here, but them's the breaks.
Yeah, unfortunately, with referees from Fiverr, you kind of got to expect that sometimes you're not going to have things go your way. But with that being said, Ruby has a very bright future in Pride, and if she doesn't, then she definitely has one in glory. So I expect to see her get a rematch in the near future, hopefully. But this match is a very interesting one, because this is a match that we've kind of seen before in the past, or at least I have personally, being an older wrestling fan. But these are two guys who kind of had the same track in WWE. They won a couple of things, they lost a couple of things. Great tag team specialists. But they were kind of shoehorned into the mid card. Obviously, Morrison was able to momentarily break out of that by becoming ECW World Heavyweight Champion in WWE ECW. After another man who shall not be named was replaced, and he fought Pepsi Phil for the title. But Shelton, being the master of ladder match spectacles that he is, do you see him being a focal point in your singles division in Pride?
I mean, he wouldn't be in this match if I didn't see nothing but potential. He's the gold standard for a reason. Of course, Shelton, he's been with WWE for a long time, had a brief pit stop in New Japan. Shelton is one of the most talented people in professional wrestling, hands down. Of course, he's held the IC title multiple times. He's been in the world's greatest tag team, even recently holding tag team gold with the Hurt Business. But the one thing that John Morrison has over Benjamin, I think that these two, match each other pound for pound in terms of athleticism. But the one thing Morrison has, even outside that ECW championship, Morrison has held the top prize in other companies. While Shelton is another one of those guys who just has not been able to win the big one, but a win tonight, while won't put him for the top prize, we'll put him for one of the top prizes in the company, and maybe one day a U.S. title victory could turn into a galactic championship victory. But what I'm expecting here is an absolute spectacle. Obviously, Morrison incorporating parkour with his wrestling style. Morrison, as you said, very experienced with the mid-card. He's been an IC champion. I'm expecting just nothing but pure athleticism on display. I'm hoping this is a match that goes 25 to 30 minutes. Of course, we can't always be that lucky. We shall see.
Oh yeah, but like you're saying, obviously John Morrison has captured world championship gold in other companies. He's a former Lucha Underground champion, which was a phenomenal piece of wrestling entertainment for its time period. I miss it dearly. And he was able to successfully capture the Impact World Championship during a down time period for the company. Unfortunately, that match and that championship win was spoiled by the ego that is Austin, but we're not going to talk about him. As Shelton drags him to the corner, making his way up,
And Shelton getting off to a hot start, seeing some of that athleticism, going off the rope and hitting Morrison with an elbow, and now just driving Morrison into any ring post he can find, and now's got him in an ankle lock, but Morrison quickly breaking the ropes, but Shelton, he says he's not done with you yet, now delivering punches and kicks to Morrison. The gold standard off to a golden start in this United States qualifying match, and just absolutely throwing Morrison up and letting gravity do the rest. And Shelton now going for his first high-risk maneuver, it looks like. And, boating Morrison, or I'm sorry, Overdrive on. And with a broken broomstick over the head of Overdrive. But now Johnny Overdrive with a standing moonsault, trying to match Shelton's athleticism on display, and a neck breaker. And we are already off to a hot start as Shelton rolls out of the ring.
No, absolutely. And I expected this match to kind of go the way it's going so
Cross
far.
body, and here comes
Really,
the cover.
these two guys who are very well known for absolutely being everywhere when it comes to being in the ring.
And a kip up by Overdrive, and these two going at it hot and heavy. Shelton now getting him in a tree of woe. What's he got planned? Oh, and just absolutely shoving his foot into Overdrive's face. And now both men going out the ring, and Shelton, he is feeling it right now.
Shelton has been taking absolute advantage of the fact that they're both experienced, but Shelton's been competing consistently on the WWE level while Morrison's been turned to somewhat of a journeyman, so maybe isn't used to hearing a crowd as loud as this.
Maybe not. And these two battling on the outside, and Shelton planning Morrison. They're not even on the mats. That's just out on the concrete. That has to hurt, but both these men have to be mindful. And oh my goodness, a Spanish fly on the floor. This ain't no make-believe. This is John Morrison versus Shelton Benjamin. Oh, but the referee is at the count of 7. And Shelton, oh, he's trying to run to the ring. Referee, the count of 8. Shelton now going to climb back in, and there is Overdrive. Okay. I was a little scared for a second, but these guys do know they have 10, 30-ish seconds, depending on the ref count. A spine buster, and off the top, I don't know what the fuck that was, but Morrison is down.
Oh, yeah, no. Obviously, these guys are professionals. They've been at it forever, so they take full advantage of the ref's count. As Shelton has the ankle lock locked in.
And of course, possibly Shelton taking a book out of his former mentor, Kurt Angle's book. Obviously, him and Charlie Haas, being part of Team Angle before being world's greatest tag team, if I'm not mistaken.
That is correct.
And oh my goodness, Morrison planting Shelton on his face. And looks like Morrison is taking control here. Shelton tries to go for something. Morrison, Hurricane Rana. And using those...
So far, we've seen these guys put on an absolute clinic of styles. Oh.
And Morrison now just knocking him off. Of course, Morrison using those long-ass, strong legs of his on that Hurricane Rana, being able to spin Shelton around. And Shelton possibly thinking going over the ropes there, but instead going to the outside, and Morrison just laying hands on him. A little bit of the athleticism on display, but I've seen a lot more physicality in this match than I thought I would see.
No.
But, of course, nothing wrong with that. And Morrison's got something locked in. I believe that's either a sharpshooter or a crab. And Shelton, is he going to tap? It doesn't look like it, but Shelton's also not moving very much. Oh, here we go, and he pushes Morrison out. And a clothesline. And Shelton trying to retake control. And going for, a power bomb, and Morrison might have caught the ropes on that. Here's the cover.
I definitely think he's fucking turnbuckle there. Morrison finding a way to kick out still now. This match is absolutely brutal.
And Shelton now knee to the face. Jesus. And try to knee him on the mat, and another Hurricane Runner head scissors, whichever way you want to cut it. Morrison taking control, but a DDT by Shelton. And these two looking to pick up the pace. What's Shelton thinking here? Is he going to try to bring Morrison over the rope? No, he's going to drop kick him to the outside. And Shelton now, he's going to roll back outside. Referee beginning his count.
Count of 3 currently. He throws Morrison immediately back into the ring. Shelton wants to finish this inside the ring. No count of victory for him. Morrison jumping back out.
Morrison jumping right into an offensive flurry by Shelton as Shelton plants him on the outside. Referee now taking his time at the count of 2. And throwing punches, these two heading back out towards the ramp once again. And Shelton...
Flying punch to the forehead, and Morrison looks like he busted him open. He had overdrive, excuse me. He has so many nicknames at this point. It's hard to keep up with all of them.
I mean, I've gotten them mixed up too. Don't you worry. Now Shelton, what's he could be going for here? Suplex! And I think he's trying to inflict as much damage on Morrison as he can before getting him back in. And a kick to the face! And these guys got to get back in the ring. Referee, the count of 7 now. And these two...
Count of 8, and you're still going at it.
And these two locked up. And Shelton being sent into the steps. Morrison in.
Johnny Overdrive making his way back
Shelton
into the
up,
ring.
count of 9 and more. And I'm sorry. Shelton able to beat the count. And he's just going right back after Morrison, just mud stomping him in the corner. This could be anybody's match. Momentum swinging back and forth. This is the kind of match that I wanted to see from these two guys. And Shelton now, body slam. Could he be thinking high risk? Looks to be sizing him up. Going for the knee. Oh, and he plants him on his face. And here's the cover. And he kicks out. And Shelton thinking that he had it there. Sizing up Morrison again. Hits the same move. And this could be it. Morrison by the ropes. Will he reach? And there's the 3 count. Shelton Benjamin, one step closer to that United States Championship, winning a physical matchup against Johnny Overdrive. This ain't no make-believe. The gold standard will make his presence known at WrestleMayhem. That was a great freaking match. Maybe there ain't no stopping him now as Shelton J. Benjamin moves on. And so far, match of the night here on Pride. 4 stars. I know his mother is very proud. And it looks like we lost him again, ladies and gentlemen.
Absolutely phenomenal. His mother is indeed proud of him. Hopefully that proves that Shelton can again continue to prove that he's the gold standard by winning gold over here in Pride. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. It sounds like the guard dogs here at the center have been going absolutely insane for no reason. You know, people are popping fireworks even though it is July 5th.
Some people just don't know when to stop the celebration. But now we're going into tag team action. It was really hard choosing which 4 of the 5 tag teams on this brand to pick for this match, or to pick for the qualifying matches, but you can't deny just how star-studded of a matchup this is. This is another matchup where both competitors, of course being 2 tag teams, just pure unmatched athleticism. Of course, Montez Ford having one of the best frog splashes in the game, but Angelo Dawkins also showing time and time again that he can go pound for pound with his brother in the Street Profits, but they're going up against the Lucha Brothers, former AEW Tag Team Champions, and also former Trios Champions in Death Triangle. Who do you think is the favorite in this match? Because if I'm being honest, I really think it's the Profits here.
I definitely think the Street Profits are doing some of their best work recently. I think the Lucha Bros, especially being that they're current former Trios champs, that they've gotten used to having Pac there and revolving him in their offense. And I don't know, it's been a while since they were solely attacking. And I think that's to their detriment. I think they're too used to trios acting right now. And that getting back in the groove of being a tag team, relying on just your brother, is going to cost him because of Street Profits. Even with Montez doing solo things, trying to become WWE champion and or United States champion during the Elimination Chamber trials is not a detriment, but a success because Angelo is very happy for him, and he's also been working on his craft.
These two, they're great apart, but as a unit, have just put on spectacular matches. And tonight, putting on the Joker gear is Penta El Zero Miedo and Rey Fenix. Oh my God, in matching green gear as well. Though these two tonight, without the help of Alex, the assistant, do you think that's going to play into this?
Yeah, I think Alex, as cool as the guy is, he catches the glove and just, he's really a non-factor majority of the time when it comes to their matches. And so I think besides just missing a hype man, that the Lucha Brothers will be absolutely fine in this match.
But here we go, it's absolutely star-studded matchup, and it looks like it's going to be Angelo Dawkins and Rey Fenix starting out. Bell has rung. Here we go. The only tag team match on the night, but of course with title shot implications on the line, as is with every match. And Angelo looking to take over early, grabbing Fenix multiple times, planting him on his back. What's he thinking? Oh, a slingshot right into the ropes. It almost looked like he was setting up for a 619 right there, but Fenix, of course, bouncing back into the ring and now working over the midsection and Soldier of Fenix, but Fenix now fighting out in some kind of Valley Driver / DDT. I don't know what that was, but he's going to tag into his brother Penta. Of course, Penta has both of these men having single success, but Penta himself, a former Impact World Champion.
Yeah, obviously these guys are both former Mega Triple A champions. That's the words I was looking for in that word. And I think that just goes to show credit to them that they're really good at singles wrestling, and they choose to continue on tag team.
But speaking of tag teams, some tag team maneuvers now being done by the Profits. And it looks like Doc is going to drop to the outside and head back to the corner. But now Montez Ford, as you mentioned earlier, he is a man who many feel is a future world champion. Of course, getting his opportunity in the Elimination Chamber this past year. But as a tag team, obviously the Profits have been very, very successful. But I do want to pose the question. If and when Ford decides to go solo, do you think he is world champion material? Not just in our universe, but of course in the alternate universe of WWE.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. I definitely think. I don't think this is the Marty Jannetty Shawn Michaels situation, but I definitely think this is a Edge Christian situation. I definitely see very big things for Angelo Dawkins, but the megastar of that group for sure is Montez Ford, and I expect great things for him in Pride and in the WWE.
But of course, as we've said, as more of that talk of Montez being a single star ramped up, you notice that Angelo would also continue to improve his game. Of course, he's added some high risk moves into his repertoire as well, and I think that just goes to show just. Obviously these two being close friends and Penta going after Montez, but I think it just shows just how good these two are together, because while they are brothers, while they are a team, they also push each other to go harder, and I feel like that's a certain X factor that you see in them that you might not see in other tag teams.
Yeah, absolutely. But being related to the guy who has to watch your back 24/7, 365, well, not 365, people get time, like 285 days out of the year, kind of gives you an advantage here.
And Phoenix sizing up in a Hurricane Rana. And Dawkins is seemingly down. And Phoenix continuing to work him over. He's going to bring him to the corner. And, of course, that's never a place you want to be. Dawkins knows that. Fights out. And look to say a few words to Penta. And Penta's going to hit him in the back of the head. Dawkins now not sure where to go. But wisely going back to his corner. And here comes Montez Ford. And a drop kick somehow connecting. I'm not sure how. Power of telekinesis. Something you can only see here in Overdrive. A complete whip the punch by Montez. And Penta looking to take over. Penta, oh my goodness, just over the head suplex. And Montez now possibly in a bad spot.
I'm definitely. Obviously, the matchup you want here in this match is Montez and Nate and Penta because they match up better. But I don't expect Montez to go down easily here as Penta's clearly working a little bit submission move here.
And it looked like Ray tried to go over to the corner, but we saw him immediately fall back. So Angelo holding his own back there. But the Profits looked like they could be in trouble here. Montez, though, getting the outside, getting some rest. And, and a DDT onto the floor. And the Profits looking to regain momentum. And Ford, another one. And Penta, oh my goodness, the damage to the head and the back of the neck. These two locking up now. And Montez being thrown back in the ring, almost tripping the referee. Of course, referee's already been kind of spotty so far, and Ray Phoenix being knocked over, and Montez over the top rope. And
Ray Phoenix continuing to show why he's one of the best high flyers in the game right now.
And Mara now back in the ring. Montez whiffs out another punch, and Penta now, oh my goodness, is planting Montez, and Montez possibly not in the best place. And
Dawkins immediately breaking it up. That's good tag team awareness there. He hadn't even left the ring yet.
And kept up by Ford, but Penta kicks to the face. And right there, a head scissors now. Montez could be in trouble. All Angelo can do is watch on. Kick to the back. Probably right to the kidneys. And Penta right there doing what looked like the old Hurricane taunt. I don't know if that's an inspiration, but be a good inspiration, no doubt.
Yeah, no. I mean, having a superhero like to look up to is never the worst thing in the world.
Mm-hmm. But Montez Ford, he's been in this match for a long time. Angelo, though, punched to the back of Phoenix's head. And but what looks to be a Pele kick. And Ford and finally able to tag in Dawkins. He's going to take a well-deserved rest on the floor. Angelo, the fresh man in this matchup. Soldier charge. No one goes down. And oh my goodness, what a maneuver by Phoenix. Phoenix now looking for a sunset flip by the ropes. But Angelo not completely done yet. He is down, but not out. Penta tagging in now. Angelo back on his feet. Locking up, and with the DDT. But that tandem offense.
There it is. There's the Lucha Brothers continuing to know each other inside and out. Ray distracting Angelo. Which allowed him to set up for this.
Penta top rope bulldog. Is this it for the Profits? Here's the cover. Montez Ford nowhere to be seen, but he's not needed to kick out at 2. And to the outside, a crossbody by Penta.
Immediately taking out Angelo Dawkins here.
It looked like a crossbody. I looked away for a sec. So I was looking for Montez Ford, who is just now climbing back on to his corner. And, of course, with these men on the outside, unless they get counted out, nothing decisive can happen out here. So Angelo looking to wear down Penta, and Penta now writhing around in pain, and he's going to tag in Montez. And what are you thinking if you're Montez Ford? It doesn't look like...
What do I have to do to get these guys to stop?
Well, number one, taking out half of them. but looking
but-
for a pile driver. I think he might have been setting up for their finisher, but of course Fenix not there, and Angelo breaking it up, but hitting the ref in the process. The ref is, I hope she's okay. She's kind of laying there. Okay, she's getting back up. And top rope splash. They could steal it right here. Here's the cover. Fenix is not reacting, but a late count, and they managed to break it up a second longer. And they might have
we
had
would
that.
have the winner.
But of course,
Penta is definitely being worked over by Montez here right now. Montez got to be frustrated with the fact the match is still going on at this point.
But of course, the referee got bumped by Angelo Dawkins to break up the pin after that package pile driver. Now that package pile driver, that's the setup for their finisher, and I think Penta might have been looking for Fenix, but of course Fenix had just gotten knocked off by Montez. So that one little action by Montez could be the difference in this match. As Dawkins just throwing Fenix over his shoulder. And meanwhile, Penta's on the outside. Montez getting some rest. And here we go. He's going to tag in Fenix. I don't know what he's doing. Oh, I get
He wasn't a legal man.
He's not the legal man, you're right.
Ray is now the legal man. Montez is hyping himself up.
And another sunset
flip.
What a... Oh my goodness. Is this forward done? Here's the cover, 1-2, but Angelo, his brother in arms.
Absolutely flying across the ring to take care of that pin attempt. He's been the MVP of this match for the Street Profits for sure.
Oh my goodness, Montez, but he's got thrown over to his corner. And a leg drop by Fenix. Montez just needs to reach up, but he might not know where he is right now, given all the punishment he's taken. And Angelo,
absolutely, he's ragdoll right now.
Angelo just watching on as his brother is just continually getting manhandled. But wait for it, a reverse DDT counters it. And now off the ropes, a crossbody. And here comes Dawkins, the freshest man in this match right now. L with a chop and a little suplex, and here we go. Dawkins feeling himself, and he's really feeling himself now. Oh my goodness. And while he was feeling himself, Fenix manages to tag in Penta, and Penta, Hurricane Rana. The Angelo now trying to take Fenix out of the equation, and does.
Does he think he can end the match by himself? It's obviously Montez Ford is taking a lot of punishment here.
And oh my goodness.
I didn't know he was strong enough to do that, personally.
And now Dawkins hanging on to that top rope. Is he going to be sent down? Can he fight back? No, he's going to get drop kicked to the outside.
Definitely hitting his head on the way down there.
And Montez.
And they're going after Montez Ford.
Montez must be so out of it, didn't even see Penta, and Penta, oh my God! On the...
Angelo can't be, super kick. Angelo couldn't have been happy with that. Coming to run to the rescue of his partner and catches a kick to the face.
And Penta,
count of 3 here.
And Penta paying tribute to Eddie Guerrero with that little shimmy. And just like that, the Profits went from the freshest men in the match to being in trouble. Penta now just throwing Dawkins into the
count of 5. Count of 6. Throwing Angelo Dawkins to the wayside here.
And
count of 7. Will we see another count out victory here in the first ever 2 shows of glory?
Dawkins, he's up. He needs to get in the ring, and he does, answering at the count of 8. And low, is that a spear? Looks like it.
What?
Here's the cover, but Ford not there quick enough.
Jumping in the favor, brother.
And with how much that these men are saving their teammates, we could be here for a long time. These guys beating the hell out of each other. And what do they got here? Some tag team action. And Dawkins now planting Penta, and Penta's gonna roll out. Of course, Montez now drop kicking, and Fenix is out of the ring. Montez going down to grab Penta, and with Fenix stunned, this could be the opening that they're looking for. Montez, oh my goodness, just working over the legs of Penta El Zero Miedo, but probably needs to think about getting him back in the ring, but still continuing to do damage. Ford going sicko mode right here, but Fenix getting back up. If Ford isn't careful, Fenix is gonna climb back up. He whiffs the super kick.
I think Montez was too focused in trying to deal back damage instead of going for the win, and it may cost the Street Profits.
That Mike, is to me, that seemed like their best opportunity. Fenix was incapacitated for a while. All they would have needed was just to bring him back in and hit that splash, and Fenix drop kick to the face. And another kick to the face, and
that kick, leg drop.
And the teleporting leg drop, and I mean, this match could just go anybody's way right now. Another leg drop. Ford is worse for wear. Dawkins would be the freshest man if he tags in, but Fenix taking control of Ford, and now tagging his brother.
Using the quick tags here, definitely taking advantage of the fact that Montez isn't at 100%.
And Penta just kicked to the stomach with Ford with the kip up. He's showing no quit, but a lateral press down to the knees. Oh my goodness, I don't know if Ford's going to be able to get up from that one. And Penta, could he be looking for that package pile driver again? Oh, wait a minute. Could he be thinking tightrope walk? Yes, he is with the arm drag. And now Ford, as far away from his partner as, not as much as he could be, but close enough. Trying to roll away. Penta looking high risk with a crossbody. And he hits it.
And Montez Ford has got to be completely out of it at this point. Willingly walking to the opponent's corner and catching that crossbody straight to the chest here.
And Fenix now, oh my goodness, working over Ford's knee, but Ford with the drop kick. I don't think he got all of it. Looks like he didn't, because oh my god.
Oh my god, that can't be good for him at all at this point. Phoenix to the top rope here.
And Penta falling off. Oh my goodness, what a splash. Here's the cover. And oh my goodness, Angelo's still there.
Once again being saved by Angelo Dawkins. This match literally might go on forever.
Not even to the count of 2. And now both of the Profits on the outside of the ring. And let's see if the Lucha Brothers can do what the Profits couldn't. They bring him into the ring. Fenix now possibly sizing him up. Could they be looking for the finish here? And oh my goodness, Ford rolls out the way, but is Dawkins in the corner? We can't see because of the stupid Fiverr crew. But Ford mounting an improbable comeback. And Dawkins now is back on the rope. And Fenix now, oh my goodness, a sunset flip. Now going to the top rope. Could he be looking for a splash? No, he's doing another 450. Well, it still is a splash. Here's the cover. Is Dawkins there? Yes, he is. Literally the count of 1.
Okay, so Montez Ford has now eaten two, I repeat, Canadian destroyers followed by 2 430s and 450s, and he's still in this match unbelievably because Angelo Dawkins is the god of breaking up pins at this point.
I mean, that's more than just being a great tag team. That's just brotherhood right there. Dawkins just always being right place, right time. But Ford, he's been in this match for so long, I don't think he has anything left in the tank.
Look, at some point, the referee has to stop this match for the betterment of Montez Ford. Angelo Dawkins hasn't been tagged in well over 5 minutes here.
But something tells me that time might not be anytime soon. Penta, could he be looking for a 450? Probably not, because Ford's getting up a crossbody and he misses. This is Ford's opportunity, but instead with a super kick. And he
Finally.
doesn't tag.
Oh, no, he's
Wait, he's trying to end it right here with a splash. Here's the cover. And Fenix, what's he doing? And oh my God. Fenix didn't know what to do. He didn't know where to go. But Penta, on just pure instinct, kicking out. But Dawkins finally getting that tag in that he's desperately sought after. Oh my goodness. And this match already getting 5 stars from Diesel Dave. He rarely gives those out. And oh my goodness, I don't know what Dawkins was going for there, but he completely whiffed. These guys might just fight forever. And another package pile driver. And Fenix was on the ropes. They're not going for their finisher. Is it Ford's turn to break it up? No, because Dawkins kicks out. And there are just bodies everywhere. Fenix watching on, looking for that tag. But 2 Profits in the ring.
Everyone has to be absolutely exhausted at this point. I am so shocked and still going at this point.
And this,
hopefully,
go ahead.
For the betterment of their careers, Ray Phoenix can wrap this match up. But it's just night 1, my guys.
This is just the first of many prides. This is also the go-home show. Both these teams looking for that coveted spot against RK Bro at WrestleMayhem. Will it be the Profits who are familiar as Dawkins hits a spear? Could this be it? 1, 2. Fenix is going to kick out. But of course, the Profits familiar with RK Bro at least a little bit. Lucha Brothers never faced them before. And Ford is going high risk. How does he still have this energy, goddammit?
I don't know. I'm honestly baffled at the fact.
Hope he climbed back up or what. He is now. And honestly, both these teams have exalted so much of their offense. What else could they really do to beat the other man? I mean, Lucha Brothers still have not hit their combined finisher of 450, the length of the ring. And Dawkins breaks it up before there's even the count of 1.
I definitely think Angelo Dawkins is a glitch in the Matrix at this point. He's flying across the ring the moment he senses that Montez won't have the potential to kick out. German suplex here about Phoenix.
And here we go. What is Fenix thinking? Oh my goodness, another pile driver.
Again, at some point, this match has to be stopped for the finisher of Montez Ford's career. That's the 7th time he's been dropped on his neck.
But at this point, neither side. Oh my God, a super kick in the knee. Could this be it for Ford? Penta finally trying to incapacitate Dawkins. Penta's the legal man. Fenix thought he might be going for something high risk, but doesn't. But now Montez Ford is all alone, trying to even the odds a little bit. Doesn't see Penta coming for him. Penta does not get all of that drop kick. And here we go, a power slam. Ford, a little bit of momentum back. And a stomp to the arm.
Dawkins is still completely unconscious on the outside of the ring. Yeah, no, for sure. I expected this match to be over with 20 minutes ago. Frog splash. 1,
and
2.
Fenix able to break it up. And Ford just trying to take a rest, just trying to regain whatever energy he can. Does he have something cooking? Yes, he does. A blockbuster.
1.
But not even the count of 1.
Oh my God, bro. What do we have to do to end this match?
Another splash.
Another
Fenix.
splash.
He's going to climb in. Angelo trying to intercept, but he's too late. I mean, honestly, I think someone actually will like have to get physically stabbed. Like, I think that's the only way that somebody is losing. Someone has to like actually die.
This match has been going on well over 20 minutes. This is officially the longest match in the history of Overdrive Wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. by a good margin.
And Fenix incapacitated, but Dawkins not able to get him back in the ring as Penta. What's he looking for here? Oh, he's just going to kick him in the side of the head. As they say, you better watch out. Ain't that a kick in the head? I mean, you could tell by the exhaustion in my voice. This has just been a marathon match, but these are the kind of matches that you live for. The matches where you don't know who's going to win. You don't know who's going to come out on top.
Working on Montez here, eliminating the chance for Dawkins to tag out. Oh, no. However, Dawkins does the same thing to Ray Phoenix on the other side of the ring.
And we got
this may come to two older members of the group.
We got a glorified 1v1 here. Dawkins now is continuing to beat up. Oh, okay.
Throwing
back in the
ring.
This might be the opening they need. Dawkins trying to figure out where he wants to go. Referee getting in his way, sizing him up.
Penta here.
And Penta breaks out and throws him over the top.
He rides every outside of the ring.
And Penta
we
now,
still have 2 more matches to get through, ladies and gentlemen. Will management call this match?
We can't call the match until there's a winner. A sunset flip. I don't even know how he has the energy for that. This match truly can go anybody's way. Referee can't count fast enough.
Ray Phoenix demolishing Angelo Dawkins as Penta now breaks the count by attacking Montez Ford.
Montez was just planted onto the apron. He's stunned, and oh my goodness.
Here.
Penta once again paying homage to the Hurricane. Not sure if the Hurricane ever had a match that was quite this long. Well, maybe ladder matches, but still.
Angelo Dawkins out here slamming Penta to the mat.
It's amazing.
Eventually.
It's amazing how either of these teams are still standing. And Dawkins trying to incapacitate Fenix again, and does. But Penta's right behind him. Penta, a neck breaker. And Penta, if he can hit if either can hit something here, that might be it. Penta now. Is he looking for that pile driver? Yes, he is.
He successfully hits it.
But Montez could be on the apron. Here's the cover. Montez breaks it up.
This match.
This is fucking ridiculous. This is just goddamn ridiculous. This is the most ridiculous shit I've ever seen in my life. But Ford tags in, and
tagging in Ford here.
I'm not sure if Fenix is back on the rope or not. Penta though, just a
swing blade,
and Dawkins is on the outside.
Right,
this might be their best chance at it. Fenix, what could he be looking for? Kick to the face.
Absolutely taking the head off of Montez Ford here.
And possibly looking for another delayed suplex or brainbuster, but Ford counters, taking out the leg. This could be an opening. Whips him into the ropes, and but Phoenix counters in the drop kick.
Into the drop kick here.
And Dawkins now looking to be coming to his senses, but no, he's just sitting out there. The Lucha Brothers need to go for their finishing maneuver, and Phoenix going for one of them. Looking for another 450. He hits it. This could be the match. Dawkins climbing in. Will he make it on time? No, he won't. He is a second late.
Finally, after what is 25 plus minutes of just constant action, the Lucha Brothers finally managed to get the win here. An absolute slobber knocker of a match.
A marathon match. The story of that match being Angelo Dawkins always being there to break the count, but at the last possible moment, failing to break up the pin after the 20 billionth 450 by Ray Fenix, though. Penta, the one up top celebrating. neither team able to hit a tag maneuver. Of course, Montez hitting a bunch of splashes, Fenix hitting so many 450s. That was a war of attrition, but finally, the Lucha Brothers isolate Ford for long enough to get the victory. And just
we officially have our match for WrestleMayhem.
RK Bro, who had a barn burner against the Young Bucks at the draft, will take on the Lucha Brothers, who have proven tonight that longevity is indeed their bag, baby. But of course, as we've stated, we have not one, but two more matches, two more single championship qualifiers. As up next, oh my goodness, I am sorry, I am. Whew.
Oh,
That's
I am of the idea that hopefully Malachi Black immediately hits.
the Black Mass.
Yeah, immediately. Is it still Black Mass, really?
Well, it was Fade to Black in WWE, I think, and it became Black Mass when he went to AEW. I think I have.
Regardless, I hope Black.
And
I hope Black next with that roundhouse kick and quickly ends this match so that we can get to the main event, because I am absolutely exhausted after that absolute barn burner match. I had a long day before we even got to Pride. All right, we're not good enough for this to be our only job yet.
Unfortunately not, but and oh, look at this now. Malachi Black calling back to his old entrance here. Yes, sir. Now, he paid us the money for that. That's why we were able to use it. Because he wanted...
There's a moment for a sec. I did not know this was still reading.
I feel like it's one of those things that, like, if you remember, 2K22 had a lot of people that were, like, cut, still in it. And so I want to say this is just one of those things that was already pre-programmed in. That's the thing with some of the creator wrestlers, is that there are still some entrances that were left over that people were able to
Work
find
their
and
way.
use. Yeah. Of course, Malachi Black, despite being as talented as he is, no singles gold to his name. He has never had that top prize or any real singles prize. Of course, currently a trios champion. His opponent, though, Dragunov, defeated the beast that was the man formerly known as Walter to win the NXT UK title. Do you think that singles championship experience gives Dragunov some kind of advantage here?
Well, seeing as Malachi, formerly known as Aleister Black, is a former NXT champion, I do not
pardon
think
my French,
that Ilya Dragunov just immediately has the advantage. However, I will admit that Malachi became NXT champion during an era where Tommaso Ciampa, Andrade Cien Almas, and Drew McIntyre were fishing for the championship.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a little bit different compared to Ilya obviously defeating the undeniable force that is Gunther. But I don't think this match is about to be as crazy as people think.
But Dragunov is a man who you think you have him down, but he just doesn't quit. Even if he loses, he'll go out absolutely fighting. But obviously, we're hoping that the fight doesn't go as long as the last match. But honestly, who knows? You don't know here in Overdrive. You really don't.
No.
But Dragunov getting some support from the OCW universe here. But again, Malachi's finishing move, the Black Mass, it can be hit in an instant, and it's pretty hard to kick out of it. I mean, just ask anybody who's taking it.
No, that's a very good point. Ilya is a guy who's helped out some of the best wrestlers on the planet, so I definitely expect this match to end with somebody being unconscious.
Probably so, and Dragunov, he looks absolutely thrilled to be here today, and we are very much thrilled to have him. That's why I drafted him. All he has to do is just strip off that robe, and we will be underway. Take off the jacket, Dragunov. Thank you. All right, here we go. These two locking up. This might be one of the first times they've locked up, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if they've had a match in an alternate universe yet.
I wouldn't say they have none.
Well, because
my knowledge.
Because obviously Aleister Black has some experience on the indies, and obviously Dragunov being from a foreign country, oh my goodness, what a moonsault. Could he put it away here? And no, Dragunov kicking out at 1. I'm not sure what Dragunov's experience is prior to WWE, but oh my goodness! I think he...
There's one point out that Aleister Black / Malachi Black used to be known as Tommy End, and he's also a European professional wrestler from the Netherlands. So maybe they cross paths sometime overseas in one of the British promotions. Who knows?
Maybe so, but obviously we're bloody Americans, so we wouldn't know too much about that, outside maybe Rev Pro, because Ospreay held the belt for a bit. But anyways, Black going over the top rope, and Malachi Black taking control early. We saw him hit that roundhouse kick earlier, but didn't go for the cover. Maybe even he knew just how indestructible Dragunov can be and wanted to do more damage, but Dragunov coming back right here, driving him into the barricade. And you can just see, despite his, I guess, kind of skinny body, Dragunov is a very, very physical wrestler.
No, absolutely. It's not like Malachi isn't either. He's a great striker, but obviously Dragunov kind of feeds on the fact that you have to literally beat the living shit out of him to win a match.
And Malachi probably looking
as Malachi hits the jersey.
Malachi,
yeah,
middle rope
definitely
splash.
I don't expect this match to last as long as the last match, but I definitely expect it to be violent.
And fade
And
to Black
Black
/ Black Mass. Is that going to be enough? Here's the cover.
Dude,
And that is
three
it.
and
Malachi Black with a dominant victory. And I think he knew that that the Lucha Brothers and Street Profits went over on their TV.
definitely went over. So shout out to Malachi for getting this done as quickly as possible here.
And that the quickest match on the night. And Malachi Black, he clinches the final spot in the United States ladder match. And what an absolute lineup we have. That matchup now official for WrestleMayhem. We have the big man, Moose, who's also coming off a dominant victory. His over Hangman Page. But we have Moose, Darby Allin, who managed to dominate Sheamus in some fashion tonight. Shelton J. Benjamin, his mother is very proud and will be even prouder if he grabs that belt off the top of the ladder. But the final man in that match, Malachi Black. The stage is set. That is an absolutely star-studded United States title match. And that's another one of those matches that could very much steal the show. Of course, Malachi here, not necessarily stealing the show, but stealing the soul of Ilja Dragunov. And Dragunov, someone who, as you said, prides himself on being hard to kill, went down pretty easily. Is that a testament to Dragunov not being ready, or is that a testament to Malachi Black being more than ready? Apologies for that. We just had to make sure that that things weren't shitting the bed. But here we go. Obviously, we've had a 5-star match tonight with that tag team match between the Lucha Bros and the Street Profits. But the Galactic Championship, the top prize, the pride and joy of the galaxy, 3 men entered that ring last week during the draft. Seth Rollins, Tommaso Ciampa, and Maxwell Jacob Friedman. And only one of those men walked out with a spot in WrestleMayhem, that being the Tomato Champ, hitting the fairy tale ending on the baseball bat. And that was just the United States bracket. The international bracket has 4 of the most accomplished wrestlers in the world. Kenny Omega, of course, being the best bout machine, even though he just recently lost a match to another combatant in this match, in Will Ospreay. I mean, just words can't describe the true greatness that is Kenny Omega. And it warms my heart that AEW became a thing so that Kenny could finally be exposed to a mainstream audience.
Absolutely, Kenny Omega is by far, without a doubt, top 5 on the planet, and he's probably top 3, maybe even number 1. Kenny and Will had a phenomenal match, and I think Will Ospreay is another guy who belongs in that top 5 wrestler on the planet spot right now. Will really getting some measure of revenge in his rematch after planting Kenny on his neck a couple of times, successfully recapturing that IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship. Gunther being the Intercontinental Champion in the other universe, trying to break the ring of one honky tonk. Hopefully he does that successfully by September, I want to say 14th, 15th, around that time frame.
I mean, we've said it before, though. It is amazing that someone as dominant as Gunther is essentially chasing an Elvis impersonator for longest reign of all time. That just goes to show how fucking crazy wrestling is.
No, for sure. I don't know why this reign hasn't been broken before this. Like, Razor Ramon was really close to breaking it.
I'm surprised.
I want to say like a week and a half. Razor, I want to say Razor was at like 434. He was like 2 weeks away from breaking it.
Well, of course, Gunther here, the Ring General, but he is without the help of his Imperium buddies tonight. Though Gunther is not a guy usually to let his buddies interfere, because Gunther believes in the sanctity of the ring. Obviously,
yeah,
very
this
sacred
is
place.
another guy, Will Ospreay, being the leader of the United Empire, who has a group of very capable individuals behind him, and TJ Perkins and Ozzy Open, along with the Great O'Con and Jeff Cobb. None of those guys are here tonight for multiple reasons, being that none of them got signed. But that doesn't mean they're not waiting in the ring, because, again, in Overdrive, our doors are open. There is no forbidden door. We are the screen door of professional wrestling.
Screen
door. We are the screen door of professional wrestling.
That's gonna be our New Japan crossover. OCW prevents the screen door. I'm looking forward to that. But, ladies and gentlemen, our final competitor for this match, for whatever reason, they will not let us show his name. His name is not inappropriate. He is the ace of professional wrestling. Though he's coming off a loss to Maxwell Jacob Friedman, this is a guy who is literally, I mean, you talk about Kenny Omega being a top 3. This guy might be the single greatest wrestler of all time. I mean, just, if I'm not mistaken, longest combined just total reign as IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. Has more experience with that belt than anybody else. This is a man who's put on classic after classic. And again, with stuff like Forbidden Door being a thing, it's awesome to see that he's getting exposed to mainstream audiences, because obviously he's been over dominating and uplifting New Japan for so many years.
No, absolutely. He's currently 1/3 of the never openweight 6-man tag champion, along with a man who successfully qualified earlier tonight in Kazuchika Okada and Tomohiro Ishii. All members of Chaos, a phenomenal faction over there in Japan. So this is another guy who has a bunch of people who could have his back, but is more than capable of doing it by himself.
And you want to know what the crazy thing is? Kenny Omega is the only person in this match who is not currently a champion. Of course, he currently sits as the longest reigning AEW World Champion at all time. I believe he fell just under a year, I want to say. Something
That
around.
sounds about right.
Something around like 326 as my camera goes out again. Oh my goodness, someone is getting verbally reamed tonight. But meanwhile, Ospreay, oh my goodness, we're seeing that sunset flip just a lot tonight. Gunther, meanwhile, going for a submission on Tanahashi. And Kenny with a knee to the face, and oh my goodness.
Kenny and Will continuing that rivalry. Kenny being the record holding 346 days AEW World Champion. Will Ospreay successfully finally taking that step into the heavyweight division a couple of years ago in New Japan, and that has absolutely paid off since. He's a former IWGP champion finally, and a two-time IWGP United States Heavyweight Champion at this point, I want to say before. And he's the current champion in that other universe, and I expect great things for that title reign for him as he takes it to Gunther here.
But of course, one of the newer moves in his arsenal, a move he dubs the Tiger Driver 93. Maybe we'll see that used in this match, maybe not, because obviously we don't want him to kill people, but I mean, just the amount of stardom just on display right here is immaculate. And only one of them has stepped foot in WWE, so it just goes to show just the range of wrestlers that we have in this promotion. But it should also go to show that WWE and AEW even, they're not the one-all be-all, or one-all end-all, I should say. There's phenomenal professional wrestling all over the world, which is why I wanted to put these four men in this match. Not just because they're all from different parts of the world, but they've represented different companies and represented different styles of wrestling as a DDT to the floor by Ospreay. But overall, these are just phenomenal wrestlers, and they've represented their respective companies and have worn, held championships and represented them all well. It's like just again, there's so much stardom in this matchup. It is insane. And meanwhile, Ospreay and Tanahashi battling in the dark over there. Meanwhile, Omega taking the fight to Gunther, lifts him up. Is he going for the one-wing angel?
One-wing angel?
No!
Oh, no.
Dropping him for a suplex. Here's the cover. Oh, my goodness. Almost putting away the ring general right there. And Tanahashi limping his way back to the ring. And what a maneuver by Kenny Omega, who now personal beef with Ospreay is taking it to him.
Speaking of stardom in this match, I want to say officially that this is the only match on either card that has all members having at least one 5-star match.
I do believe you're right. I mean, obviously, Kenny Omega, best bout machine. Oh my goodness! And Omega dropping Ospreay on his head. That could be a little bit of retribution. But of course, you mentioned the 5-star. Gunther is one of the few men in WWE to earn that prestigious 5th star from Diesel Dave as he eats a super kick from Kenny Omega. And of course, Tanahashi.
Trying to end the match here, Pierce.
A one-wing angel.
One-wing angel on Gunther.
But he doesn't go for the cover. No, he wants
Ospreay right there.
But he might pay for that. Ospreay hitting the suplex, but Kenny kicking out at 1. Interesting decision. Gunther's still down. Had Kenny gone for the cover right there, he would have had this match won. But it's that...
He has only one man has successfully kicked out of the one-winged angel. His former tag team partner, the only Golden Star, Kota Ibushi.
Now, of course, Ospreay actually hit the one-wing angel on Omega in their match of Forbidden Door, but Omega kicked out at 1. Not having any of that bullshit, and now just completely suplexing Ospreay, who rolls out of the ring. Kenny now, oh my goodness, another leg drop from behind. I feel like Tanahashi hasn't gotten as much offense in this match. Of course, he and Ospreay battled on the offside. We couldn't see it. It looks like a modified stunner there by Ospreay.
I definitely think this is a testament that Tanahashi is the oldest man in this match, unfortunately, and it kind of shows Tanahashi, while still being a phenomenal wrestler, definitely is nowhere near as fast as he used to be. And compared to all these guys who are currently under the age of 36, he just can't truly keep up.
Tanahashi, though, taking down Gunther, and Gunther having to roll out of the ring. I feel like Gunther's been targeted a good deal in this match, but it makes sense, obviously being one of the biggest and more resilient guys here. You know, it's probably best to take out the Giant because he could literally lift any of these guys up with very little effort.
No, I agree.
And wait a minute, some tandem offense here. Ospreay and Gunther working together, but that was a short-lived alliance. And Gunther was going for something, but Tanahashi breaks it up. Omega now, ooh, hitting Gunther with a chop of his own, and Gunther in retaliation. And the fans going nuts here, just tossing Omega over his head. And Omega's going to roll out, and so now we have a master of strong style and a master of just being strong in the ring. Tanahashi bringing it to Gunther. This is some of his best offense all match. He's got him on the ground. What's he thinking here? Oh, is he going high risk? I don't know if his knees are going to let him do that. Tanahashi with a splash. Here's the cover. Ospreay coming in and breaking it up. Tanahashi's beaten many a man with that splash. Ospreay, of course, knowing that. Oh my goodness.
Ospreay nowhere here. One,
Oscutter's that
two.
it? No, Ace kicks out. That veteran instinct coming in once again. And Omega throwing out Gunther, neutralizing the big man. And oh my goodness, knees to the face. And of course, Kenny and Tanahashi.
Ospreay is now out of the ring.
Kenny and
These two are very familiar with each other here.
Yes, sir. And they're
Snap
going
suplex
at
by
it.
Tanahashi.
Gunther now looks like he's stalking Ospreay. Ospreay saying, "Come at me." And what looked like a fisherman suplex by Tanahashi. And Gunther now.
Elbow to the back of Omega's neck here.
Yep, here's the cover by Tanahashi. And a count
Two
of
count.
two.
Omega kick out.
Gunther, though, would have made it if the kick out wasn't made. And oh, Gunther grabbing the steps, but Ospreay trying to fight out of it. And oh, Gunther sent into the other steps. And Tanahashi, meanwhile.
Long kick by Tanahashi here.
Tanahashi looks like he's got the upper hand on Omega. Got him in the corner. Omega slips out. Gunther is down. And
Oh, beat here, didn't it?
two men are now broken open in this match. I've seen the flash happen twice. Oh my goodness, a snap suplex, and here's the
Dragon
cover.
suplex. One.
And oh my
two.
goodness.
Tanahashi barely kicks out at 2.79 here.
And Omega, he doesn't use that match to fish
Setting
that
up for
often.
the
But here
one-winged
comes the
angel.
one-winged angel. He hits it, but he doesn't go for the cover because he knew
Not go
Gunther
for
was
his
right
head here,
there.
knowing that this is kind of swing weight on Ospreay.
This could be anybody's match. That is the second one-winged
Gunther's
angel.
squeezing Kenny Omega's head here.
And meanwhile, Omega, looks like Gunther was trying to take the air out of him. Now here's the cover. And oh my goodness, it looked like
Ready to
Tanahashi
drop.
didn't know where he was. Not there to break it up, but Omega kicks out. And now Gunther.
Gunther's choking out Will Ospreay. He blocks the legs in.
Oh, but Omega.
But Kenny Omega is there, recognizing the danger of this.
Omega breaking it
Oh, wait
up,
for it.
but possibly.
Oh no, true. Well,
But Omega probably breaking that up begrudgingly, knowing his history with Ospreay. Gunther now. Oh, he might have been lining up for that lariat, but Tanahashi
high
intercepts.
impact German suplex by Tanahashi here.
And now Gunther's grabbed the baseball bat, but Ospreay takes him out of it. And what a, and I don't know what that was by Tanahashi, but what a maneuver. Kick to the back of the head.
Here.
And here we
The A's
go.
going up top.
Here comes the splash, but Omega kips
Kenny.
up. And Omega's safe for the time being, but he eats a swing blade. Ospreay, meanwhile, using that baseball bat, and Gunther temporarily incapacitated. And what else are we thinking here? He hits it,
And he slides red.
but nothing done. And oh my goodness,
What
there's
happened?
Snapdragon.
Suplex.
And Omega feeling himself now. But Gunther back in it, and up here comes a power bomb. One of the many maneuvers
Omega's
Gunther
gotta
can
be doing
use to
that one.
end you.
Last and leg sweep by Tanahashi to Gunther here.
And again, This could be anybody's match. Offense just happening left and right. Throwing on the ropes is Ospreay. Omega hasn't gotten up. And now it looks like Tanahashi grabbing the steel steps and hitting Gunther in the face. Gunther continuing just to take so much punishment here.
Leg drop.
Another leg drop by Omega. Looking to put Ospreay away, but Gunther's in the ring. Here's the cover and broken up by Tanahashi.
Here. Saving the matchup for himself and Gunther.
Oh my goodness, what a German by Gunther. All four men back in the ring now. And Kenny just
grabbing and bobbing down here.
Kenny just towing with Ospreay, hits him with the knee trigger. Ospreay though rolling out of the ring, and Kenny sizing up one of his two opponents. And what could he be thinking here? I don't know. But Gunther with a big boot.
Oh, big boot by Gunther, and eliminating any immediate plans from Omega here.
And Ospreay with the strangest kibble I've ever seen. He's back in the ring. So much happening at once. Tanahashi with a suplex. And another V-trigger. And Kenny now covering the man he didn't even hit. Here's the cover. Could this be it? No.
Oh. Ospreay kicks out here. Tanahashi and Gunther on the outside.
And that was a clutch kick out by Ospreay, but Omega planting Ospreay. Ospreay still moving. He rolls out the way. He hits a super kick by Kenny that stopped to the face.
And Omega's now busted open.
No, Ospreay's busted open. And Kenny possibly trying to set up that one-wing angel. And yes, sets it up. Gunther seemingly directing him to do so. Kenny does not go for the cover because, again, he knows Gunther is going to break it up. Is he going to hit the one wing on Gunther? No, he won't. Instead, turning it into a suplex. And now going for the cover on Ospreay. Here we go, and it's broken up. Kenny doing the smart thing, making sure both men were incapacitated. But Tanahashi, the only other man in this match, gets the cover, and Diesel Dave already giving it a 5-star match. We must be in the fucking Tokyo Dome. And Kenny, he seems to be taking control, looking for a possible first DDT, and he hits it. Gunther now getting to his feet. Kenny going for the pin. I don't know if it's going to be enough. And Ospreay breaking it up anyways. Honestly, imagine if Omega hits that one-wing angel on Gunther, because really, every time Omega's had a chance to win, who's been right there? Gunther. So I feel like for Omega to win, he needs to neutralize the Ring General or have somebody else do it for him. That someone might be Tanahashi. And Omega, another slap to the nose. I don't even know how Ospreay's breathing at this point. And Kenny might be lining up for another V-trigger. He gets it. He hits it. Middle of the ring. But Gunther with their awareness breaking it up once again.
Omega from achieving victories in that.
And Gunther with a wicked German suplex, and Tanahashi immediately hitting him with that kendo stick. And now Kenny, for the first time in a long time, is incapacitated outside the ring. Kenny's been putting on a lot of offense.
Down to the Ring General and the Ace.
And we've seen these two go at it on the outside, but now the Ring General, even he knows how important this match is. Using weapons, something he rarely does. And meanwhile on the outside, a body slam by Omega right next to that sledgehammer. And here goes Ace going for the splash. He hits it. This could be it. Ospreay's not paying attention. Oh, but Gunther kicks out.
2.79 here.
2.79 being the number of choice in this matchup. And Ospreay, he got in the ring, but he was a bit too late. Referee already had the hand going down. And Gunther's just lucky he had the instincts to kick out of that. But he's worse for wear on the outside, it seems. But getting some rest, and he is stalking Tanahashi. But meanwhile, in the ring, a nice
Ospreay.
Hurricane Rana. Ospreay, could this be it? But it's Gunther again, but this time he's distracted. But that doesn't even matter, because Omega kicks out. And this is a main event, has been everything I wanted it to be and more. This is my brand. This will be the third 5-star match. How many does Glory have? That's what I thought. Anyways, a power bomb. This could be it. And that's it. Gunther, the face tomato champ at WrestleMayhem. I got to gloat. I got to call the pinfall a perfect way to end the night. Pinning the ace Hiroshi Tanahashi, and Gunther, the man who broke up 1,000 pinfalls, manages to score one of his own, and he will face Tommaso Ciampa at WrestleMayhem. A phenomenal main event. Diesel Dave gives it 5 stars and didn't even have to go as long as the Profits and the Lucha Brothers. Every single man in that match putting everything on the line. You have to feel bad for Kenny Omega, though. Hitting the One-Wing Angel 2, maybe even 3 times if I'm not mistaken. But every time, that presence, the one man stalking him, was Gunther. And Gunther manages to pick up a victory here. And he will have his shot at the pride and joy of the galaxy in 2 weeks at WrestleMayhem. I mean, Eli, you have to admit, that was an immaculate match.
No, I'm thoroughly impressed by the later half of your card tonight. Unfortunately, we did not expect the Profits and the Lucha Brothers to go as long as it did, so I wasn't excited for this match as I could have been. But to have 2 5-star matches tonight definitely improved the quality of your show. That 2-star match with Malachi and Dragunov definitely didn't help, but you immediately countered back with this. And while I think quality-wise my show was more consistent, yours definitely had the highlight of the night, and I can't be upset with that. So I must say, realistically, with 2 5-star matches, I might have to concede that Pride was a better show this week.
Yes, sir.
But I can say for sure that Overdrive has definitely stepped foot into the world with his best foot forward, and I think that, at least in this instance, is a little bit more important.
Well said. I especially like the part where you said I was better. Of course, that gets me hard every single time. But you're right. We have not put our best foot forward, because our best foot is coming in 2 weeks, because the slots have been filled. We know our competitors. Ladies and gentlemen, in 2 weeks, the first ever pay-per-view event for Overdrive Championship Wrestling, the marquee show in all of virtual wrestling, WrestleMayhem. Coming in 2 weeks, and just, that's going to be the longest 2 weeks of my life, just waiting for it to happen. But it is going to be a tremendous, tremendous card. Obviously, just so many matches. I'm too tired to name them here. But what a phenomenal night.
But all of these matches will be championship matches. We've got our 2 world titles, the Glorious World Championship and the Galactic Championship of Pride. We've got a U.S. title match. We've got a fatal 4-way. We have a triple threat match, for the International Championship over on Glory. We've got the women's title matches. We've got the tag title matches. And obviously, again, before the end of the night, or later this week, Kevin Owens still has the opportunity to announce if he wants to cash in on the winner of said match to make it even more interesting. Be on the lookout for that. We've also got the New Day still waiting in the wings to announce the stipulation for their glorious tag team title match. Ladies and gentlemen, WrestleMayhem in its first iteration will prove that not only that Overdrive Championship Wrestling is here to stay, but that we have the best, biggest show on the planet. Through WrestleMania, through All Out, through Wrestle Kingdom, through Slammiversary. If it's not mayhem, It's nothing.
Oh, man. We don't agree with each other often, but I agreed with every single thing that he just said in that statement. And, of course, to follow any and all updates with Overdrive Championship Wrestling, follow us on the single word social media in existence. Follow us on Reddit on r/Overdrive Wrestling. The cards will be posted there very, very, very soon. And, of course, any updates happening to Overdrive will be posted there as well. And while we're here plugging shit, be sure to follow the network that has graciously hosted this program, Stu Brew TV, and also go follow the Otaku Collective's podcast on Spotify. If you like anime and you like podcasts, well, you're gonna like an anime podcast a lot. But with all that being said, my name is Stanley Brewer, one half of the Undisputed Kings of Commentary, and this is and I was here with my partner, Eli Storm, the other half of the Undisputed Kings of Commentary. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Overdrive Championship Wrestling, and we will see you in 2 weeks for the greatest show in wrestling history, WrestleMayhem. Good night, everybody.
I like it.